black. What is black? Is it my race? Is it the color of my face in this narrow mindset of the world? Are you afraid of black? Are you afraid? Is the media painted in black? Is black fear? Tell me now. Do you feel black?
It's a beautiful day, y'all. I was waiting to upload episode 3 of the Life of JB Official in hopes that we would have good news on who the president is. And just right now, as of 12 noon, November 7th, we have our 46th president, who will be Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, the first woman VP president and the first black VP president. Congratulations. We did it, y'all. We did that. What I did first was when I cast my ballot, I cast my concern with that ballot. I let it go and I reelected myself as the president of me. That was first and foremost. Because, you know, I couldn't sit in suspense, or my well-being and my success isn't based on who the next president is. It's based on what I do with myself and my life. It is based on other factors as well, but it's not solely based on president. But we definitely had to slow the death. We had to slow it down. Oh man, we have so much more work to do. So much more work to do. Wow. Congratulations to Biden and Harris. Congratulations. Welcome to episode 3 of the Life of JB Official. Oh man, I want to start off with saying that November 7th, 2020, it was a Saturday. It was about 75 degrees in November. And election week ended with a Saturday announcement at about 12 noon that, Joe Biden won. It was a very happy day. I went out that day. I had a friend from out of town come to New York from Norfolk, Virginia, and it was just cool. I ended up meeting my homegirl, her cousin, her sister, after so long. I hadn't been out in over a year. And it felt good, it felt free. It was awesome. It was awesome. I went to 23rd Street, we went to BBQs, had a few drinks, shared a few photos right now. It was awesome though. I have to say, I learned a lot about myself when I interact with others. Yeah, I had so much fun. I got tipsy. I'm a lightweight when it comes to drinking. I had me a peach margarita with an extra shot of tequila. And it felt good. I miss BBQs for their Texas-sized drinks. Yeah. I mean, before we went into BBQs, we definitely had our temperature checks. And when we sat down, it wasn't as many tables next to each other, thank God. And we were kind of ventilated because the outdoor window was open, so we were very much spaced apart and smart about it. I can't wait until things are back to normal though. Not back to normal, forward to a new normal. Forward to a new normal. We will never go back to the way things used to be. After a habit is broken, human beings are habitual creatures, and when a routine has been broken for a long time, we do evolve and we adapt, and we overcome. that's what I mean by moving forward, that to a new normal, and vaccines for all these pandemics, the racial one, the systemic one, and the COVID one. I cannot tell you, honestly, in a nutshell, what just happened this year, and it's still going on. 2020 is still here. So I really don't know when I will be able to really digest everything. But I do know that do know that if I focus on one thing that happened in 2020 is I grew up a lot. Like 2020 was the year, I would say 2020 is the year that molded me, that literally purged the greatness that God was preparing me for. And yeah, I see clearly that it's more important than ever for me to be me. That's my superpower, to be myself, to share myself, to challenge myself, to really push. I realize I'm not a human being. I'm beyond that. We all are. I'm an electromagnetic organism living a human experience. I am infinite and I am eternal. I am not summed up by any of the things that, any boxes that the human ego tries to put each other in. I'm limitless. I'm limitless. One of my goals with this web series is to be an example, be a vessel, be a example, and be a vessel. I don't tell people what to do, how to live, but we all are living the same human experience. And I could say that sharing my story in a conversational capacity, people tend to listen. And here we are. I'm here. I'm here. I am a leader of young men. So I've been leading myself. I'm a young man. I'm living a human experience. I'm reprogramming my mind daily to not fall into the daily hypnosis that the TV and the media brings. I filter through all of the bullshit, and I make sure I get the meat and the root of everything, and I just make sure I just don't become insubordinate in my progression and get caught up in things that don't matter to my progression. I'm a leader of young men, and young men have been coming around, and they have shown me myself. In a nutshell, when I was younger, I remember putting my dreams aside. I remember putting all my passions aside. I remember not doing a single thing that I really enjoy, but doing everything that I thought was expected of me. And I remember that my wholehearted desire was to just be in love and be rescued. I don't know what movie I saw, who told me that, what soap opera I may have been laying up. I just don't know who told me these things. I don't know what put that in my head, that it was okay for me to put down my dreams to search for something I had no definition of. Up until now, I'm in my 30s, I've just done this independence thing for over 6 years now, and the training wheels are off, and we all have our own processes and our own progression. I'm not trying to keep up with the Joneses. And this is part 1 of The Life of JB, episode 3. This is a 2-part episode because it's quite long. The next topic I want to get into is this frame of mind that I used to have as a young man. I felt like my progression obligated me to go reintroduce myself to the world I knew, or the small, fraction of a piece of world that knows me, that thinks they know me. I'm not popular. I'm not a big superstar, and I don't know. I know but a 0.001% of the population of the world. As I progress and as I elevate, I got this wisdom that I always wanted. Elevate and introduce myself to the world, not my world. See, my world is a lot smaller than the world. I was trying to prove something to these people that I had already made a judgment about me. See, they thought I stopped growing. It's okay. It's not their fault that they're limited thinkers. It's not their fault that they're projecting their own stagnant behavior on me. It's okay. Listen, everything that everybody's opinion is legit to me. I know I walk in my truth, and I will continue to. And if you want to be stuck on the 1993 version of Jamal, then do so. I know I'm in 2020, going into 2021. So, to each his own. And hopefully they catch up. But the reason why I press forward is to come back with knowledge, with information, with resources. I want to be that thing that those who are seeking something positive can look to. And hopefully I lead them on that, to the next thing, to the next thing, and to the next thing, and to the next thing. And I only talk about, the things I have gone through and overcome. I don't talk, and I don't even get into anything I'm currently going through, because I'm currently going through it. And until I get through it, that's when I will talk about it. I start my day off every day with affirmations and having an awareness of who I am, being beyond this body, being beyond this life, being beyond this skin, being beyond all the things that they encase us in and label us as, has me blazing a trail that I am not even aware of what I'm doing. But I know God is in me. I know that the things that I want for myself, I put out there in the universe. I am seeing a lot of things. Here's a young man I want to definitely interview. I met him today downtown Brooklyn. He is a young author of this book. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. He said, This is a book about overcoming obstacles through meditation for young Black people. And he said it so low, but I heard him. I came back, and this book was $10. I supported him because you know what? My dreams once again manifested in a young man who is a self-publisher, which I decided this year to become a author. Why not self-publish? Why not release my book of poetry to Amazon? And why not be a poet in 2021? What's stopping me from being a poet? What's stopping me from doing any and everything I ever wanted to do? It's just me, my mind. Since reprogramming my mind, since becoming conscious that I'm an electromagnetic organism, an infinite, eternal entity living in a human experience, I am able to triumph over all obstacles that come to me. Not only am I formidable as a living vessel, a flesh vessel, but when those entities and energies come up against me to fight, I have the armor of God, me. See, I tap into the God in me, and I create my atmosphere, my mindset, my day, my mood. I summon all great things to me through my words and my thoughts, how I feel. Self-love, man. Self-love. Self-love. I want to leave part 1 of episode 3, November 7th, 2020, election week, off with a beautiful affirmation. Let's see what I can pull up. As a matter of fact, what I'll do is I will just read a poem I've been working on. Jamal-Alim is now king, not just of Alim world, but king of my own destiny. Predestined before time is me. Wise and learn, none of this life, mine, is just for me. See, my story is my testimony. And it ain't just for me. I don't preach. We don't need preachers. Preachers develop egos. 2020 has begun. It is the beginning of a worldwide ego death. Stop kidding yourself. As a leader of young Black men, I accept this honor, this duty. Here is my letter to the Black man. Dear Negro, tap in. So you guys, thank you for tuning in to part 1, episode 3 of The Life of JB Official. Just having some conversation this time. I just roll with it, but part 2 is going to be definitely a more focused point of view, and I definitely want to talk about how I came to realizing that there's a bigger world than the one that I'm trying to impress. And as long as I'm myself, I use my gifts and my talents, I trust those things, and I walk into a room full of strangers, I'm going to let the strangers let them know just who I am. Without even saying a word, just doing it. See, the strangers will be my biggest fans, and the strangers will let the people that think they know me know that they don't know me at all. So you guys, thank you for tuning in to part 1, episode 3 of The Life of JB Official. Just having some conversation this time. I just roll with it, but Part 2 is going to be definitely a more focused point of view, and I definitely want to talk about how I came to realizing that there's a bigger world than the one that I'm trying to impress. And as long as I'm myself, I use my gifts and my talents, I trust those things. A room full of strangers, I'm going to let the strangers let them know just who I am. Without even saying a word, just doing it. See, the strangers will be my biggest fans, and the strangers will let the people that think they know me know that they don't know me at all. Part 2 will be available Wednesday, since next week